Hi guys! Today on Baking with Sophia, I will show you how to make a delicious pineapple upside down cake. Doesn't that sound good? I know it does. Anyhow, I learned this recipe from my mother, who's been making this cake since she was 19 years old. This cake is easy to make and it's kind of great to make it too because it can work for any occasion you need. It can work for birthday parties, New Year's parties, Christmas parties, can even work for funerals if you want. We tried. It's good for anything you need. It's quick and easy to make, and it has simple ingredients that you don't really need to do anything out of the box. I want to share this to hope that maybe people will maybe love this cake, and maybe at the end of the day, bring it to their family members or make it for their household. P.S. It's really good, so I bet you really want to bring it to your house. Or keep it to yourself, I should say. Let's get started. You're going to need eggs, 2 boxes of Duncan Hines Pineapple Supreme Cake Mix, pineapple slices, sugar, margarine, and of course maraschino cherries, and of course sugar for this cake. As long as you have these materials, we are ready to go on to the next step. So first, we need a stick and a half of margarine. Place it into a bowl and then place it into the microwave for about 1 minute, nothing longer. The main purpose of this is to melt the margarine so it's easier to put it into the mixer. Now, I recommend you can use Land Lakes or Stop and Shop brand margarine. As long as it's margarine, you should be fine. While you're waiting for it to melt, take out a bowl and take out the eggs out of the fridge. Now, you can use about 5 eggs for this recipe, but if you want the cake to come out a little bit bigger, then you can use up to 8. For today, I'm using about 6 or 7, just because I'm using it for a family get-together. While you have your eggs out, take out the melted margarine. Be careful, it is hot. And now you can place it into the mixer. Once you place it into the mixer, now you can start cracking the eggs and place it into the mixer as well. Just a heads up, be careful not to get the shells into the mixer. I learned from past experiences that it can be a pain in the neck to get them out. You don't want your guests to be eating any eggshells on their way. Once you're done, just keep on cracking those eggs and put it into the mixer. Like I said before, you can put about 5, but if you want the cake to come out a little bit bigger, I recommend put up to 7 or maybe 8. Once you're done, close the mixer, plug it in, and put it at about 3 or 4, depending on what type of mixer you have. Since I have KitchenAid, I put about 5 or 6. And let it go on. We're going to take the Dole pineapple slices and we're going to dump the juice into a bowl and then put it inside the mixer. Some of you might not know, but Dole actually held a competition for pineapple slices to see which person can make like the best dessert out of it. And that's how the pineapple upside down cake became so popular. So once we dump it into the mixer, slowly so it doesn't spill out, of course, you can now dump the pineapple slices into the bowl that you just used, because we are going to use it later when we're going to bake the cake. Just forget not to drop it like too harsh, because then you can break the pineapple slices, which we do not want at all. And then you can just let the mixer go on. Now you can take out Duncan Hines Pineapple Supreme Cake Mix. Some of you might have heard Duncan Hines. He was an American pioneer of restaurant ratings for travelers, and today, the company offers over 80 different sweet baked good mixes. I just recommend using Duncan Hines because we used it all the time. It just fits with the recipe, but you could also use Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker does also have Pineapple Supreme Cake Mix. Whatever fits with you, but just recommend. Duncan Hines has worked with us in the past, so maybe it'll probably work with you. So after you get it out, you just put 2 bags in there and then you're going to put inside the mixer and you're just going to let the mixer keep going for a while. I recommend just putting the bags in slowly. If you're clumsy like me, you might get it all over the place. Just a heads up. But then we keep going. Now next, we're going to start burning the sugar. Take a cup of sugar and put it into a pan and put the temperature around 3 or 4 on the stove. We're going to let the sugar melt so we can put it on the outside of the molding pan before we put in the cake mix. I do recommend that you have your mom or dad help you burn the sugar because it can be very hot. And then we're going to take the melted sugar and put it inside the fluted mold bowl. We're going to make sure we dump in the melted sugar And then I recommend having a spoon with you so you can spread it around the sides of the mold bowl, because this is to make sure the cake doesn't stick, but also get that sweet taste with the pineapple slices. And once we do that, take a stick of butter and then spread it around the fluted mold bowl where you also have the melted sugar, just so the cake doesn't get too sticky, and also so the cake doesn't get absolutely stuck after the sugar has dried up. And then you can finally put the pineapple slices around the fluted mold bowl. Be careful, it is still hot because of the melted sugar. And then you finally have this. And then we're going to take the cake mix and pour it into the fluted mold bowl very slowly. And then you can preheat the oven at 350 and place the cake in there for about 1 hour. Once you place the cake for 1 hour, it should come out like this. And then I recommend getting out a tray. Since it's Christmas, I did get out a Christmas tray, just so of the holiday spirit. And you're going to put it on top of the fluted mold bowl, and then you're going to flip over the cake. Make sure you do it very slow. You don't want to drop the cake. After you do that, you're going to lift up the fluted mold bowl, and you're going to see your beautiful pineapple cake come out. And then we're going to take out maraschino cherries or red cherries, and we're going to stick them into the holes of the pineapple slices. I recommend to wait until the cake has cooled off, because if you just try to stick them in, they won't stay in if the cake is still hot. But once it's cool off, you can just stick them right into the holes, and you keep going. And then you have a beautiful pineapple upside down cake. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching my video. I hope you learned a lot from it. And I actually learned something about myself. I actually love baking. Who would have thought? I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope that you love this new episode of Baking with Sophia and maybe want to bake this pineapple upside down cake for your family. Who knows? Hope you enjoy though. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.